When listing your house for sale, one of your top goals will most likely be trying to get the house sold for the best possible price. In order to do that, you need to make sure that it looks its best. So today I want to talk about what is staging a house and give you some home staging tips. If you live in the Pittsburgh area and are thinking about selling your house, then this video is for you. So you might be wondering, why should I stage my home? What is home staging? It's been shown that staging a home helps a buyer to better visualize the property as their future home. So the benefits of home staging are that not only will the house sell faster, but the house will also sell for more money. Before you put your house up for sale, and even before the photographer comes over to do the pictures of the house, you want to get it staged. The reason being is that the house pictures are extremely important. I'm going to say that again. The pictures of your house are extremely important. The pictures are what makes the first impression of your house. The pictures are what stop the buyer from scrolling online through all of the houses on Zillow. They make the buyer stop, take their time looking through the pictures, and then pick up the phone and call their real estate agent and schedule an in-person appointment to see your house. So the pictures are what stop the scroll. There are two ways to stage a house. You can either bring in furniture or use the existing furniture that you already own. So let me show you both options. Option number one is to bring in furniture. So there are staging companies out there that you can rent furniture from. So you call these companies and you tell them which rooms you want to have staged, and they'll bring out a truck and set it all up for you. So in these pictures here, I rented furniture for a living room, dining room, and master bedroom. Yes, in this case, the whole house wasn't staged with furniture, but this furniture that I paid for and brought in, it was enough that it had the house sold in 24 hours. It helped the buyer visualize the space and how it could be used, and then also helped them to see what size furniture could fit in the house. For this house, the seller had moved out, but they had still left some of the larger items there. So what I did is I had a professional stager come in and just add some additional pieces to help complete the house. This house ended up receiving 3 offers and sold to a buyer who waived inspections and paid cash. Now, being a real estate agent, I actually rent a storage locker, and I have items in there that I use for my sellers. I don't have big items like couches or tables, but more smaller decorative pieces. And I would also have a hard time moving couches and tables all by myself. One of my go-to items for my storage locker is actually an air mattress that I can turn into a queen bed. So here's a before and after picture. In the after picture, the bed is a blow-up mattress on crates to give it more height. So I added the bedding, a few side tables, some pillows, and it helped the buyer better visualize the space of the room. When I talk about renting furniture and bringing the items from a company into the house, you're probably wondering, what is the cost of staging a house? Renting furniture and bringing it into your house for staging is definitely a costlier option than just using the existing furniture that you already have. So when I've used a furniture rental company to bring in furniture and stage the houses that I'm selling, you're committed to renting that furniture for so many months. They'll lend you the furniture for $400 a month, but the minimum rental period is 3 months. So even if you sell the house, like I said in my example, in 24 hours or in 2 weeks, you still have to pay the $1,200 rental fee. So if you sell the house early, the furniture staging company will come and remove the furniture so you can sell the house, but you do still have to pay the full 3-month rental fee. There's also the option of virtual staging, and I'm just going to quickly touch on this because this is not an option that I care for. So here is the one and only time that I did virtual staging, and I'll tell you that I don't really like this option because I personally think that the furniture looks fake. I know a lot of buyers can't tell the difference, but I've just seen too many times when the kind of decor of the house doesn't fit the house. Okay, before I explain the second way to stage a house, I want to mention that I created a guide that I give to all of my sellers with some tips and tricks about what to do for getting your house ready for sale. I go through every room of the house, bedrooms, bathrooms, basement, everything. So if you want a copy of this guide for my tips and tricks, just click the link below and I'll email it to you. And I hope you find it helpful. Okay, so you might be wondering, how do I stage a house while living in it? If that's the case, then the second option is to stage using your own furniture. The benefit of this option is that it's less expensive than renting furniture, so why not just take advantage of what you already own? I had talked about the virtual home staging and the renting of furniture, and those two options are for if the house is vacant and if you already moved out and are selling it. If your plan is to use your own furniture to stage your house, the biggest thing that you need to do is declutter and depersonalize. So remove all of the pictures of you and your family from the wall, take down your kids' soccer trophies, remove any family heirlooms, make your house a blank slate. And you don't want to walk through the house and have the potential buyer know anything about you personally. So if you walk through your house and you take a look around and you can find items where the potential buyer can get to know you as a person, then you want to remove that item. The reason why you want your house to be a blank slate is because that way potential buyers can better visualize themselves living in the house with their own furniture and belongings. And if you have too much clutter and too much of your own stuff there, they kind of get overwhelmed and they can't picture themselves living in that space. So here's an example of that. And I will say that the sellers get all of the credit with this transformation. I just told them what to do, but they did all of the work. So these two pictures look drastically different, but it's actually the exact same room. The seller simply removed a large portion of the items that were in the room and they rearranged the furniture. They also opened the blinds to let in the light, and just doing that made an incredible difference. The same thing goes for this room. They removed items, rearranged and removed furniture, and they let in the light. By opening the blinds, it makes the room appear lighter, brighter, and more welcoming. In this case, I then added the bedding and pillows for my storage locker, and I just used a nice neutral gray color. You'll probably also notice that they added carpet to the bedrooms. The reason being is because their dog had scratched up the hardwood floor pretty badly. And so then rather than refinishing the floors before they sold the house, they just put down a neutral carpet. In this room, this is a different house. They already had some big pieces of furniture that they were getting rid of, but I just added pillows and bedding. I just think the bed and the whole room look more complete. I also recommend using a professional stager. And so this is someone who it's their full-time job to stage houses. So they'll come into your house, look around, and tell you how to rearrange your own furniture in order to better make use of the space. So here's the home that I sold where I brought in a home stager. The people who lived in this house had way too much furniture, so the stager came in and she went through each room telling them where to put everything. I mean, she looked at every single detail. Furniture was moved into different rooms. Some furniture was removed and put into the garage because they had so much of it. So we just made one big long list of everything that needed to be done in their house. The seller did the work, and then we had the pictures taken. And this home stager made the house look absolutely fabulous. I know it might be a little hard to see the difference between these two pictures because they weren't taken at the same angle. In the first picture, they had the bird cage and the piano all lined up on the same wall. The professional stager separated those two items. She removed a chair and then she rearranged two chairs to make it more of a sitting area. Okay, so here are a few other staging tips. Buyers love organization. Here's a picture of one of my clients' closets. You'll want to make sure that you organize your closets, remove unnecessary items, and put them in storage. If you have closets that are jam-packed full of clothes or other items, it's going to give the buyer the impression that you don't have enough storage. And please know that buyers will open up your closets and your cupboards. And it's not that they're being nosy, they just want to see how much storage you have. Also, neutral colors are really important. Here's an example where a seller of mine had a yellow mustard color bedspread in her master bedroom, and I thought it was a little too bold for the pictures, so I simply removed it and put on some more neutral bedding, and I think it looks fabulous. Neutral colors are important because they appeal to a wider audience of potential buyers than the bold colors. So this was just a general overview about what is home staging and the different options that you can do. But if you're selling your house and you want more specific information and some tips, then check out this video, which is 6 tips to get your house to sell faster. I'll see you next time.